Hello, welcome to another episode of Nothing But Aviation. During the last video, we spoke about aviation schools that provide EASA examinations. Joining with us today, we have Mrs. Angelina Marcus, who is the Managing Director and the Accountable Manager for Lanka Pacific Aviation and Engineering Academy. Hello, Mrs. Marcus. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started this journey.
To start this company in Sri Lanka, when I was in Singapore, I met a group of students. Accidentally, I met them. They were from many countries like India, Sri Lanka. Some of them are Maldivians who has completed different types of aviation programs like aerospace engineering, aeronautical and management programs, thinking that they can go and work in an MRO and airline. But they were stranded. Then since there are numbers of Sri Lankan students are more, so I thought of helping them. I went in search of what are the places they can get career guidance. This is how I came to know that is aircraft maintenance engineering is the correct program to enter maintenance in airlines or MROs. Then I found the correct places, places in Malaysia and Singapore. There are few companies doing maintenance engineering like Air Transport Training School in Singapore they are doing, and then TAFE Seremban, and then University of Kuala Lumpur, like they have Malaysian Institute of Aviation Technology. So I have made an appointment with UNICAL, University of Kuala Lumpur, the marketing team, and I have given the requirement, I have explained the requirement of these students, and they have given a very correct guidance to me what to do. And after that, some of the students got admitted to their college and they have gone through their careers. Later, I have understood this kind of programs are not available in Sri Lanka. That made me to come and start this program here.
What exactly is EASA Part 66 licenses and what does it permit for a student to learn?
EASA Part 66 license is a professional qualification recognized by many MROs and airlines all over the world except America and Canada. It is highly recognized and highly acceptable for employment. Simplifying in Part 66 license, and also it can be convertible into the local license in many countries in the world. For example, if you are going to work in Australia, if the student or the technician is holding EASA license, it can be converted into Australian license by topping up 1 or 2 modules.
If any student has studied under a certified and approved body like yours, are they eligible to do EASA examinations? And if so, how is that?
Yes, we are conducting programs. Our diploma is highly shadowed by EASA license. We are parallelly doing academic and professional qualification. For example, if a student join us, they will be qualifying the academic qualification, diploma level, and also EASA license, because we are training EASA modules. Let's say EASA license is a process. It's not just a qualification. Obtaining license is a long process. And once they completed all EASA modules, they need relevant experience logbook, evidence-based logbook, and which is approved by Quality of 145 organization. Collecting that experience with EASA modules, they have to apply for the license when they get chosen license. Then again, to activate that license, to first endorsement, they have to do whatever the type training, any type of aircraft, and then the practical training for the type training, structural OGT, then only they will get the first endorsement. Because the license can be applied all European countries, through many countries. But we are working with Netherlands and Belgium, and then the Greek and also French authorities to process the license. Earlier, it was easy for us to process the license with Civil Aviation Authority of UK. After this Brexit, we are working with these authorities to provide services for our customers.
So, Mrs. Marcus, during the chat I had with you before, you told us about the job opportunities that you created for your students. So, please tell us about the details and how many of your students are still working.
When talking about the employment of our students, I will include many students from 2013 onward who has completed our professional qualification IASA Part 66 modules B1.1, Category A, B2. There are, when I come here as an examination center, more than around 20 to 22 students join us to complete IASA modules, but they have qualification from other countries. And they are working in Middle East Airlines, and some of them have moved to Europe. Now I think we are working with companies like Far East countries, East Asian countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, and also Philippines, Indonesia. You can see our company name, Lanka Pacific Aviation. I have done my research which region the industry is growing. It's Pacific region. So I thought we can work with Pacific region countries because I'm also resident in Singapore. I know those countries. I know how far they need properly qualified professionals to work in their MROs and airlines. Basically, this is a guessing, a forecast. What is the demand, the forecast we have made, and we are working towards that. Now we have partnered with Vietnam Airlines Engineering Corporation, Singapore Airlines Engineering Corporation, and companies in Malaysia, companies in Indonesia and India. So we are expanding, even in China. We have companies to work because we cannot promise. Let's say we have given 10 students or 5 students to Trans-Maldivian airline, but we cannot expect the same airline will continuously give the opportunity to our students. That depends on the human resource policies of their companies. So we always in search of new partners. That is unending. And even now we are trying to work with some African countries as well.
Ms. Marcus, say that I'm a student who is interested in this particular field. What would I need to know curriculum-wise, and what kind of training will I have to undergo to obtain the licenses?
It depends on your long-term objective. If it is a short-term objective, you need a qualification, just a certificate to become an to show the aircraft maintenance engineering graduate. You can qualify anywhere or any qualification, it's fine. But if it is your long-term objective is to work in an airline on an MRO, that is a process. This is not only a qualification. Qualification, yes, we need a basic qualification, either basic training by any local authorities or diploma or the degree. There are many different types of qualifications. And professional qualification, you have IASA professional qualification, FAA or local authority license, all is available. If you are targeting to work in an overseas airline, then you need to qualify the qualification, I mean the professional qualification or the academic qualification, which will be recognized by any country. So you know which are the countries. You first of all, you have to do your own research in what region where the opportunities are available, where the industry is growing. If there is no industry is not growing, you have to understand that's no point of going to those countries. Depends on that, you have to get your academic qualification. What we are doing is parallelly we are doing the academic qualification and professional qualification. And not only the qualifications, but also it is skill. You need to have a proper hand skill to work in an aircraft. Oh, it should be taught well in a organized organization. Must be approved by IASA or local civil aviation authorities of any country. It should be monitored by proper qualified team. License cannot be just obtained. You need to have knowledge, you need to have skill. Both together only you can go and work. Make sure that you are having all this in your hand after completing the program. I mean, For example, academic qualification, professional qualification, practical training, relevant experience. All should come into straight line.
So Mrs. Marcus, if someone selects Lanka Pacific to start their career, what kind of process do they have to go under?
If any student select us to start their career in aircraft maintenance engineering, we have different programs. Like we are starting with category A, aircraft line mechanic program. It is an 8 months program plus 1 year internship, and they can continue another 2 years. If they work hard, if they perform well, then thereafter they can go ahead with their license. And category B 1.1 with diploma level of local qualification, and doing B 1.1 all YASA exam modules plus internship, practical training, internship. That is the procedure. Then we'll have to move forward with that. We have customized program according to the requirement of some of the MROs and airlines, because they are our close customers. We cater them, and we have a company called Hevos Aerotech in Delhi. We are very close partners with them. They are dealing with this landing gears and wheels and brakes and hydraulics, avionics components. Let's say someone has done a ALMC, aircraft mechanic program, or B 1.1 program. We can send them there for the internship 1 to 2 years. And they have assured that they can make a small allowance after 6 months. That is a different pathway. Those who are into avionics, they can work in the components. Especially girls can come. We have guaranteed opportunities for that. And apart from that, the MROs we are working with in overseas like SIAP or WICO, they give 1 to 2 years internship. It depends on how they perform the employment. We cannot guarantee anything. If the student's skill and knowledge, attitude and behavior is good, there are possibilities to get employed in that company. They can continue for 2 to 3 years. Or if the company wish, they'll keep them longer here. Once they earn 3 years experience, if the student is thinking that okay, now I am ready for another company's employment, then also we will guide them. We have some connection to some MROs and airlines, and we send them to the interviews. It's not we are giving any kind of guarantee to the job. Again, then how they perform in the interviews, it's all merit basis that we do. We have another new program. We are working with WICO, Vietnam Airlines Engineering Corporation. We have signed an agreement with them to provide YASA qualified license holders to them. And they can start from here in our academy, theory classes. That is a fast track program. Especially this is designed for the students who are already completed many other programs like degree or diploma or basic training. If they are thinking about going out of the country to start their career, they can come and join our modular training program. And after completing around 6 to 7 modules, we are sending them overseas to WICO for 2-year guaranteed OGT. If they really wanted to continue, they can go ahead with type training and they can still go ahead with Vietnam license and work there, or they can move to any other country. We are training the technicians and mechanics from many overseas organization, as well as we have customers from Sri Lankan Airlines as well. If they want to, for example, if there is a mechanic or technician, if you want to get the qualification or the license in YASA, they can come to us. We train them. We are conducting online training for our internal students. Even during COVID situation, we have done our online training uninterruptedly, continuously. When the government announced to start the school, we start. Our team is a big team. We have locally approved examination invigilators, and also our lecturers are stationed in overseas as well. So online training is very successful with us for the technician mechanics as well as our internal students.
Thank you, Mrs. Marcus. It was a pleasure meeting you today.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Also, here with us today, another lady with 35 years of experience at Emirates Airlines and also Sri Lankan Airlines, Mrs. Bernie Shankar, the Chief Operating Officer at Lanka Pacific Aviation and Engineering Academy. Hello, Mrs. Bernie. In Sri Lanka, there are a lot of aircraft engineering schools. But as a chairperson, what do you think is the specialty of Lanka Pacific Aviation School?
Lanka Pacific Aviation Engineering Academy, built in 2013, it's built in a very holistic ladder. In this environment, we'll allow children to transform actually their dream jobs to reality. We work on a reverse psychology, and first we do a deep research and then find out what are the opportunities in the world. Then we create our pathways for students.
What are the courses that you offer at the moment, and what is the awarding body?
We offer all categories of aircraft maintenance engineering courses with an option of top-up degrees. And locally we have a diploma which is actually identical to any other international maintenance engineering course. We follow AMC 66, which is the body will be in Netherlands, and University of South Wales supported for the top-up degrees. And we have to remember one thing, it's not only gaining experience, all students need to pass their modules in order to gain experience as well as the qualification.
When it comes to aviation, the general idea is that there are no jobs after investing millions. So some of the students, they give up on their dreams. What is the career pathway or the progression plan you have for any student who comes under your wing? What is the guarantee that Lanka Pacific Aviation gives?
Time and energy of students are precious, limited entities. So therefore you need to use them very wisely, focusing on what truly they need. So in order to keep up with this, we actually have a very unique system and a program. Whoever comes under our wing, always winners. Their progression plans, we build and guide them in a way, the end of the training, their opportunity is waiting, provided they do their part. We not only build the talented students, but we build even who are weak to become experts.
What are the other organizations and airlines that are partnered up with Lanka Pacific?
We are partnered with few MROs and engineering corporations and organizations in India and Indonesia. In Far East, actually we very closely work with Singapore Airlines Engineering Corporation in Philippines and Vietnam Engineering Corporation in Vietnam. And these are the two places where our children actually will be given opportunities for their practical training as well as their dream jobs. We are partnered with a few major MROs and engineering organizations in India and Indonesia. In Far East, we work very closely with Singapore Airlines in Philippines and Vietnam Airlines in Vietnam. And these are the two major places where our students are going for their practical training and will be find opportunities.
What has been the student pass rate thus far, and how well are they doing at the moment?
Most of them will be actually, will do very well because like I said earlier, it is very well monitored, and in statistically, if I have to tell you, it is 80 to 85%. But there are students actually, and many of them who reach even 95% of mark. Many students reach 80 to 85% of the pass mark, but there are quite a few students who reach even 95% of the pass mark.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bernie, for joining with us today.
Thank you very much.
subscribe for Aviation Voice and hit the bell icon for more notifications. And if you want to know more information about EASA examinations, please check our previous video.